Figure drawing live models is an incredible way to improve your artistic ability, and you don't have to head into Boston to do it. Inebri-Art offers live drawing on the first Wednesday of every month at the New World Tavern in downtown Plymouth in a casual, fun environment, embracing both artists and art enthusiasts. Let's take a look back at the PopuPACTV cruise visit to New World to see what draws artists and people like them to this unique event series.
Hi, I'm Tiff Phillips from the local scene by PACTV, and we're at New World Tavern in Plymouth for Inebri-Art's life drawing event. Let's see what these folks have to say. Andy, you've been doing the life drawing event for a while. How long have you been doing it?
I think it's 9 years now. Time is a little weird with COVID. We skipped it for a year, so I'm not sure to count that one or not. So
how did it come about?
So there was a similar event in Boston and Rhode Island, and it was run by a national group. I wanted to start one here in Plymouth. I reached out to them and they told me no because it was too close to Boston. And through a series of emails trying to persuade them, they decided not to. So then I decided I didn't really need their branding or their permission. I just started art under the Inebri-Art banner, and that's how it came to be.
What do you think draws people back over and over again?
Well, it's a really fun event, and some of my best friends I've met from doing this that came here 4 or 5 years ago, didn't know who they were, and now we're really good friends. It's just very family and supportive of all art levels, beginners and professionals and everybody in between, where there's no judgment and there's a lot of help and people like trading tips and tools and stuff like that, and it's really great.
Robin, you are a model for live drawing. What's that like for you?
It's a lot of sitting and doing nothing.
My favorite kind of thing. But you're also an artist too.
Yeah.
Where are you based out of?
New Bedford, Mass.
That's great. You have your own studio. What kind of art are you into?
Yeah, so it's Salty Lip Studio. We are a creative studio. We do a little bit of everything. This, sweet and sultry, the creepy, the weird, you name it, we're gonna try to do it.
And so you've been doing modeling for a while too. What's that like for you? What is it like being on stage?
It can be a little bit nervous, but if you can just concentrate on something and concentrate on your pose, your breathing, kind of focusing on one place to look at so you're not moving your eyes everywhere, your head will move a little. It's definitely interesting watching a bunch of people looking at you, but fun to watch everybody's different style of drawing and their interpretation of what you look like.
Shannon, how long have you been an artist?
My whole life, since I was a little kid. I always wanted to be an artist.
Are you self-taught?
Yeah, regretfully. Yes, I'm an amateur. It's all self-taught, but I have a website, shannonsullivanart.com.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's still pretty bad, but eventually I'll get there. I'm gonna keep practicing with my friends here that keep it nice and low pressure.
What do you love about art? What does it do for you?
It gets feelings and energy out that maybe you don't have the words for, or would be like not socially acceptable.
What is a night like this for you? Just being able to hang out with other artists, have a couple of drinks. What is that for you?
That's like it's like going to the gym. So you practice your art muscles, you practice how you see things, and you just keep it going. Because if you stop, then it like atrophies a little bit. So this is it's social. It's food that I didn't have to cook. It's like I said, low key people and keeping that muscle going. So it's a lot of fun.
Ms. Lauren, you're fairly new to the art scene. Can you tell me that journey and how that came to be?
So I actually work with Shannon, and about 5 years ago, she brought me to one of these events where Robin was modeling, and we just started coming from there, and I love it. It's great.
So do you think you've developed a style yet, or do you think you're still working on that journey?
I'm definitely still working. I have just started to be able to draw somewhat recognizable humans, which is great. But I actually Robin has gotten me into cosplay and modeling, which is really fun.
So what has cosplay been like for you? That's a whole nother art in itself.
Yes, I love it. I was actually in a parade last December as Belle from Beauty and the Beast, and it was super fun. And seeing all the kids just light up was awesome.
So what's your favorite part about cosplay?
Just inventing different worlds. I love it. It's the best.
How long have you been an artist?
Oh my goodness. I always played around and got a scholarship to Mass Art and never went. Ended up getting married and having babies and blah, blah, blah. And then my son hooked up with lovely Shannon, who you just met. And she asked me to go to a class at Mass Art years ago, like 6 years ago. And I said, yeah. And I remembered how much I loved art. So that was my little catapult back into playing around with art, yeah. So
what does art do for you?
Well, interestingly, I am a hairstylist, so I sculpt and paint hair all day. So art, I think, gives you that freedom of expression and release and joy, and you can express anything with art, right? You can express pain, you can express love, you can express joy. So that's the beauty of art, and it's so personal that, how do you describe it? I don't know. It's just a really personal way to express what's in your heart. So. Yeah.
So what is a night like this for you? Just be able to hang out with your friends?
Lovely night to hang out with cool people and and just enjoy someone that's willing to share, modeling and be comfortable. And because life drawing is probably one of the hardest things to do in art, still lifes, you can put something on a table and you can draw it for hours and hours, it doesn't move. But when you have a model that moves every 2 minutes, it's like, oh, that's a challenge. It's a nice challenge. It's fun, and so grateful to Andy and Inebri for doing, I don't know if you realize how hard this man has worked and how much he does for this community. Do you guys have any idea how much this man and this group does for this community?
And he loves Plymouth. He loves this area. Yes.
Amazing. He's incredible.
Can you talk about your art and what kind of style you have? How would you describe it?
I don't know. I guess I'm more of a realist, but I love my issue. I was just talking with Shannon on the ride up here. Is I enjoy too many different mediums. I can't focus on a medium because I love them all. It's like when someone asks you who your favorite child is, you can't name who your favorite child is because you love them all. And it's like the same thing with mediums. I love watercolors, I love pastels, I love pen and ink, I love to draw. So yeah, it's all good. I do want to just add this quickie about art. I just had a fundraiser at the salon I work at. I did a call for art to local artists and asked for donations and had a show. And we sold all the artwork, and all the proceeds went to the International Rescue Committee for the Ukrainian refugees. So that's another sweet thing about art is artists are just so generous, and the local art community really rallied when I threw out the call for art, which was really beautiful, and we raised a few grand. And I know when we're able to get to these poor people that are suffering. So that's another beautiful thing about art is I think artists are very generous souls. So,
Sara, you have a really interesting story. You were kind of told at a young age that art wasn't the way to go. How did you get around that?
Well, I decided to do it as a hobby instead. I was always encouraged what I was good at as a hobby, but that you could never make money off it. So I decided to go off and fix jets professionally instead to make the money so I could fund my art. Now I do my art as a hobby and I appear here when I can and do galleries when I can for fun. It's almost more fun to do as a hobby and get paid here and there than it is to do as a job, I think. So maybe I lucked out.
You're super talented. I've seen some of your stuff. It's insane. So how do you balance that with being in, fixing jets and being an artist?
Sometimes during break at work, I just draw the airplanes or gestures of people working on airplanes. Sometimes when the kids go to sleep, I stay up at night and I use a couple of programs I found. There's some great YouTube videos that taught me how to draw figures and people. And there's some apps where you can find photos of models and draw those for practice. So whenever I have a minute, I just do it. And then if somebody really likes something, I'll elaborate on it and turn it into more of a sketch.
So for you, has this been your whole entire life? You've been drawing, it came naturally to you?
Yes, self-taught. So
That's incredible.
YouTube. YouTube is amazing.
It's pretty amazing. So what is this for you? Having a night like this to yourself, to draw, to have a couple of drinks, how does that make you feel?
Relaxed, a lot of stress relief. Honestly, it gives me my, what's the word I'm looking for, confidence back, because it's one of those skills I don't get to exercise all the time. So if I'm having a day where I'm lacking confidence, be it at work or in my regular life, when I come and do this, it comes back so fast I feel confident again. So empowerment, confidence, relaxation, and fun.
It's been a great night at the bar. We want to thank Inebri-Art and New World Tavern for having us here today. Make sure to check out Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for upcoming PopuPACTV events, and make sure to check out our YouTube channel for more on what's good and what's good to know. From all of us at PACTV, we thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
To learn more about this series and other events and podcasts, check out Inebri-Art's website. Thank you for watching. We are grateful for your attention. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe to The Local Scene here and share everywhere. Thank you, friends.